Culture is power, history is knowledge. How's it going, Chicano? Always leave your thoughts and comments. Give it a like. I always want to know what you're thinking if you're new about this information and what do you think about it. So, remittance, let's talk about. Remittance is money sent from one country to another. And I got notes from 2015. I went and looked at an old video about remittance that I learned about from years ago, took those notes, and got my notes from today, a 10-year difference. And you could, I don't know if you watched that video that I did about remittance. I shared it. It has a picture of pesos on it. Possibly if you haven't, but go check it out. I'll try to share it again. But let's talk about how remittance in 2014, it was $24.4 billion sent from the United States to Mexico that year, which is $2 billion a month. And the three biggest states in 2014, third being Illinois at $288 million a month. Texas in second with $764 million a year. But California with $1.6 billion a year. And with that, California, I broke it down, which in that 12 months, 134 million a month, which equals 1.6 billion that year from California to Texas or to Mexico. So Texas, Illinois, and California, which today Texas and California are still the top states, but Illinois isn't the third from what I've learned now in the past 10 years. So with that being said, that is the drastic change of back then to it said Tijuana was one of the biggest states. Right here it says it's Jalisco and Michoacan within this year of the map. And you could see charts and maps of cities. You could go look up year by year of percentages of how other cities by year went up. It drastically went up from the past 10 years. And if you go look this information up, it's very interesting. Because at this time, Mexico is possibly still to today, one of the biggest countries that receives the most remittance. And it gives you right here, like, see Nigeria it gives you the orders, like right here's Mexico, right here's Nigeria, and then China and India and the Philippines. You could see the top bubbles right here that receive the most remittance. And you got here's a bubble you may see. So it's just pretty interesting on how they keep track of remittance. But with that being said, now today, if you paid attention to the notes that I was talking about GDP yesterday, I gave you the remittance at the end of the video of what is this past year. So in 2014, it was 24.4 billion that year. Now in 2023, last year of remittance counted, it was 63 billion sent from Mexico sent from the United States to Mexico, which is a drastic $40 billion since the past 10 years, which everything's gone up. Money, gas, food, everything's expensive. And with that being said, the three states that send the most remittance, because that's 63 billion out of the year, which is about 5 billion a month coming from the United States to Mexico. So the third state that I've seen said is Minnesota, which it was Illinois 10 years ago. It sending back $3.4 billion of last year. Texas being in second yet again, sending back 7.83 billion the past year, which In 2014, it sent back 764 million, and now 10 years later, 7.8 billion. I mean, Minnesota being third at 3.4 billion. 10 years ago, Illinois was third at 288 million. That's pretty interesting. So California being number one again at 16.25 billion of 2021. Okay, so these are all 2021 when I talk about the main states. Say they didn't give me the stats, the states that looking through the information of 23, and I don't know. I think the states come out slower. Possibly, I was looking it up, but in 2021, these were the biggest states, and that is 16.2 billion a year that's sent from California to Mexico, which is 1.4 billion a month coming out of California to Mexico. So Minnesota at the time is now the third biggest state in 2021. But in 2023, which I was able to get the year information, that is 63 billion cent last year. So I wasn't able to find the states of 23, only 21 when it comes to the three states. But that is a lot of money being sent back. How, like, when I talk about the video of GDP on just US Chicanos, US so called Latinos, all this money that we could put together. Okay, so let's do this. It says, and so this year, let's make it, let's 1.5 billion a month, let's say, right now is being sent out to Mexico in February from the United States, because in 2021 it was 16.2. Let's just say it's 17 billion flat now. 17 billion flat of 2023, and let's raise it to 1.5 billion a month. What if in one city, okay, you live in the city of Oakland, and so we got 1.5 billion a month coming out of California, and your city holds 50 million coming out of Oakland. Well, what if all the Mexicanos, whoever's sending money, got together in Oakland for just 1 month? They didn't send money back to Mexico. The next month they will, but whoever those people are, get their dollar together. Let's meet up and publicly put our cash money together, right? And meet up at a building, and let's buy this building, or let's buy this community, and let's buy this building so we could help each other with education and funding our people with help getting them better rights, and us as Chicanos also helping each other out, start building, our own schools and acknowledgement of helping each other. Like in the last video I was watching a little bit, I was just saying how we could help each other. If we own our own buildings, Mexicanos could come to our buildings and help get green cards. And, like I was saying, we could help our people with, hey, how do we help Mexico? Like, because I was watching a video where, yeah, citizens can from the U.S. own land in Mexico. So as Chicanos should go own land in Mexico. We got property here. How can we diverse like that? But it probably would be a war at the same time, knowing if how would Mexico think about Chicanos owning property and land where we're trying to help each other, like, in a way. Would they be for that? Because, like, who knows, especially like if they come here and we're teaching them more of an activist and revolution mindset of, not meaning Mexicans never had that, but now it's just, they need to do more than just come and work on the fields. Us as Chicanos, and understanding the movement a little bit different, especially generation Chicanos, uh, understanding what was the fight about of being able to be so-called citizens. And so that's one reason we could use our money like that. That's pretty interesting how we could somehow, would we be able to ever, get that going. That's an idea, using our dollars to help each other out, Mexicans and Chicanos, and Who knows? But other than that, leave your thoughts and comments and tell me what you think. Always peace out. Chicano ideas. Where we like to talk history, learn information. And so, always leave your thoughts and comments and give it a like, a share. Peace.